I see a lot of people do ads where they're not really advertising anything. They're like doing a brand awareness ad, and those typically don't convert very well
Right.
because you're essentially putting yourself out there as like, hey, I'm a hairstylist. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll follow you. But like when you have a really good offer, people are like, that's something I need right now.
Welcome to the Expansion Code Bridal Edition, the show for bridal hairstylists, makeup artists, beauty pros, and yes, even brides who want the behind the veil scoop. I'm your host, Heather Dick, bridal business coach, salon owner, and ringmaster of a 50-person squad that styles hundreds of weddings every year. Around here, we go beyond the hairspray. Thanks scaling your business, setting boundaries, surviving high pressure moments, and creating client experiences that everyone raves about. So, whether you're building your bridal empire or planning your big day, grab a coffee or champagne and let's talk business, beauty, and a whole lot of bridal. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Expansion Code Bridal Edition. I am your host, Heather Dick. Today, I have a friend of mine, Stephanie Mitchell, with us. So, Stephanie, I actually met in Italy, of all places, on one of the business retreats that I've done a couple times, Escape to Elevate. And I am so freaking excited to have Stephanie here today. Stephanie, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's awesome. I love chatting about Facebook ads. I love chatting with you. You're so much fun. I always
Oh,
learn so
thanks.
much from you. So this is going to be so good. I'm so glad
Awesome.
that you invited me on. So
I'm
thank you.
so happy to be here. It took a little bit for us to get here. We had a little bumps in the road. That's my technical
Yes.
difficulties. Everyone who doesn't know Stephanie, she is an advertising coach for independent hair and beauty professionals, and she's specializes in Facebook ads and Instagram ads. And I
Mhm.
think that this is something that is like the wild, wild west of our world. I'm just going to let Stephanie, I would love to hear how you got into this industry, your background, anything you'd like to share just to start us off.
Yeah, absolutely. So my background is actually in marketing, not even in the beauty industry, in the high tech industry. I was the marketing director for a couple different startups in Ottawa. I'm actually Canadian originally. I live in Italy now, and these companies were successively acquired by big American companies. And so I at the second acquisition, I cashed out. I was like, thank you very much. And now I'm leaving. Before I had to work for this big company, I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I think I'm just going to take the leap and move to Italy because my then boyfriend, now husband, is Guido, is Italian. So I moved to Italy and then I was like, oh crap, I don't know what I'm going to do for a job now. I looked for a job in marketing, couldn't find it. So I invented my own company. Again, like the tech industry and the fitness world, like totally different from what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
It's always kind of like a weird there's always like a weird path that leads you to where you are now, and when you
totally.
explain it, it seems so like, how did I get here? But I did that for a few years. The company didn't work out so well, so I ended up closing it, and then I was like, what do I really, really want to do? Like, what's something I'm truly
Mm,
passionate about? And I kept coming back to marketing just because I love the psychology of marketing. I love different parts of marketing. And I was like, why don't I help other businesses with their marketing and open a marketing agency? So I did that. I ended up working with a few different salons and spas. So I kind of stumbled into the beauty industry, loved it, wanted to do more of it. So I took on a bunch of clients, hairstylists, estheticians, salons, spas, spray tanners, all of that, helped them with all parts of their marketing, did their websites and their branding and their social and all of that. But after a few years of that, I had a string of really bad clients.
mm,
I wasn't great at setting boundaries. I was just saying yes to everything. My pricing was too low. I
mm.
just kind of burnt out from working one to one with clients. And I was like, I still love this industry. I still want to help them with their marketing, but I want to help them in a way that they can help themselves. So I'm teaching them how to do their marketing so that they have the power to do it on their own. And I decided to go all in on the one thing that I kept getting asked over and over and over again by my clients, which was, how do I build a clientele, Stephanie? Like, we're slow,
Mhm.
things have changed, we're going through a slow season, or we're just opening this new business. We need to build a full clientele. And I loved doing ads, just loved it. In my old companies in the startup industry, I tried them out. I was like amazed by how well they work. And it's just something that just kind of made sense to me. Like, you know how
Yeah,
certain things just make sense? Some people are just
totally.
really good at Instagram Reels, for example, or
Yeah,
other people are just instinctively really good at working. For me,
yeah.
just ads was just something that just made sense to me. So I went all in with that. I created a course and I've been running it for 6 years now. We've had more than 1,300 graduates. from
Incredible.
all different sides of the beauty industry, from people who have hair extension lines to people who are selling online products like skincare to bridal makeup artists to estheticians and male Brazilian waxers. Like we've had everybody go through it. And
Wow.
the thing that they have in common is that they just want to build a clientele. They want to get busier, and ads can be an amazing way to do that.
Okay, so incredible, first of all. I love hearing how businesses happen because it is so
Yeah.
organic, exactly how you said. And I think that
Yeah.
have you heard the word dharma before?
Dharma, like,
Yeah.
I know it has something to do maybe with Buddhism?
Yeah, so it's like your purpose. So like living your purpose. So like
Okay.
I mean you found your dharma. I've talked about this lots on the podcast, actually with Jody a lot, is that niching down especially creates such a actually a broader clientele, oddly, like in
Mhm.
bridal specifically. So instead of being just a makeup artist to everyone, you specialize in bridal or you specialize in Instagram ads. And I think it's a good tip for if anyone stops listening now, niche down. I have a question for you then. So, because I'm just as we're talking, I'm writing. When you started your marketing in Italy, where are your clients predominantly from? Are they Italian or are they all over the world? Like,
No,
how did you get them?
no. Yeah, I just mostly US, a lot of Canada, UK, like, mostly English-speaking countries.
Right,
I've got a sprinkling, and I still have a sprinkling of students and clients from all around the world
right,
because marketing's universal.
yes.
In some countries, they use WhatsApp more. In some countries, they use email marketing less. Like, there are differences, but it's pretty universal.
And so, did you get them by Instagram ads and Facebook?
When I had my marketing agency,
Yeah.
yeah, well, actually, back then, we're talking like how many years ago? Like 9 years ago, let's say 8, 9
Okay.
years ago. And so Facebook groups were huge. I got so many clients through Facebook
Oh,
groups. Email
interesting.
marketing has always been a huge thing for me. I've been sending weekly emails for 9 years. And it's just, it's something that's another thing that I love doing. But yeah, ads were also a big thing because I would promote an ebook or a resource or a download, and then people would join my email list and then they'd keep getting free emails from me, keep opening them up, keep reading them, like feel like they're starting to get to know me and trust me, and then end up working with me to do their marketing for them.
That's so awesome. I love that. I think that I feel like I'm beating a dead horse on this podcast about email marketing, but it's so, so efficient and direct to consumer. And I think that it's a great way to build your clientele. Okay.
If
So
I could teach a course on something else, it
yeah.
would be email marketing, but there's so much resistance around it
Oh,
because it's a long-term strategy. It's not like a quick
yeah.
win like Facebook ads where you're like, okay, just dump $200 in it and you'll get $2,000 back within a month. It's like email marketing does take a certain amount of dedication. And there's just so much chat GPT junk out there
Oh,
nowadays that like I love email marketing, but it has to be done right. And I'm not sure that people like my clients, my community are ready to do that yet. What do you think?
yeah, I totally agree with you. It's so funny because anytime I get an email that's like an email marketing that's from ChatGTP, I have just the strongest urge to go on my Instagram and just say, stop using ChatGTP because you're just cheapening the process now for all of us who
Mhm.
take an hour or however long it takes you to write your own marketing emails. Sometimes with blush, I spend a decent amount of time. I'm putting nice pictures in. I'm creating
Mhm.
like really good content, and so I totally agree. However, I do think that the best thing about email marketing is you own those people. Whereas
Yeah.
with Instagram or social media, that you don't own your followers. You can lose them at the drop of a hat.
Mhm.
So, that long-term commitment is certainly, a bigger time investment and sometimes a lot more content, like you're creating freebies and you're doing all those things. But, it is a really good thing to have in your back pocket, having 1,000 people or 10,000 people, however, that
Yeah.
you can send a direct information to.
Well, think about this. Email marketing comes naturally to me. Instagram does not. Like, I love ads. I don't love posting on Instagram, but I have 27,000 email subscribers and
Wow.
21,000 Instagram followers. So the numbers
Wow.
are very similar.
Yes.
But I just did like a 1 week Black Friday sale, and
Yeah.
almost every single one of my sales just came directly from my email list. I
Wow.
I looked at all the stats, on my email, on my Instagram, clicks to my link in bio, like my many chat automations. I don't think I got any sales from Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, we're recording this after Black Friday just finished, I guess yesterday was Cyber Monday or whatever. I don't know if you did, but I think you did something, but they were
Yeah.
incredible. Your emails, you nailed them. And I
Oh,
think
thank
that,
you.
yeah, it's
I
a
didn't
lot
even
of
know you
effort.
were on my list. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I think that people also get really nervous about doing email marketing. They're like, oh, I don't want to spam people. I don't want to spam people. And I think we talked about this at our retreat. And I said this out loud. I heard this on another podcast. Someone, another marketing company said, you think about your favorite brand. And let's say we'll use Sephora, for instance, or Aritzia or Louis Vuitton. And anytime you get an email from them, you always open it, or at least if you don't open it, you don't unsubscribe. And if you've
Yeah.
created enough rapport and that build of trust within your clients, they're never going to unsubscribe. They might not open every single email you have, but they're still invested in you. And so I think that,
Yeah.
that's just your job to do a good job. I guess I use that twice, but make sure that
Yeah.
your people are invested in what you have to say.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. So email marketing, love it.
Yeah, yeah. Totally different topic, but still
Yeah.
marketing. Okay, so I have some questions for you, if you're okay.
Yeah.
As a beauty professional, what should we actually be running ads for? The 3 points that I made were booking ads, client booking ads, brand
Mhm.
awareness, and education and training. Could you answer
Right.
those questions for me?
Could you define education and training a little bit better?
So, for educators and coaches, so say for someone like myself, so I'm still in the beauty industry, but I'm a coach. So, would there
Right.
be a different ad that I'd be running for my coaching business compared to my bridal business?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So great question. I would say brand awareness, that's the one that I would just like cross off the list and be like, nope.
Okay.
Whenever my students say like, oh, I just want to run a brand awareness ad, I feel it in my bones that they're hiding from something, that they're
Oh,
avoiding something, that they're trying to push it. Brand awareness is like when they're too afraid in a way to put themselves out there and just be like, I
here I
want you
am.
to do this. I want you
Right.
to take this action. It's like I kind of want to
Interesting.
put myself out there, but I don't want to get stung if it doesn't end up working. So I'm
Right.
just going to set the bar really low and just say, oh, it's just for brand awareness. So brand awareness, no. Booking appointments, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's the main one that I do with my students. We put together a special offer, a special package that's limited time, that's for the season or the holiday or whatever's coming up. And we advertise it with the goal of booking clients directly through that ad. We usually do that through Messenger and
Okay.
DMs. You can also send them to a landing page, that kind of thing. But that's the first one. The second one would be for your education business. If you
Yeah.
do education and training, I actually find that for those kind of ads, the ads that go straight to your product, like
Mm,
the actual direct sales ads, don't work so well.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's different. It's a longer funnel. It requires more time because it's an education thing, right?
Yes.
And they're buying you. They're
Right.
not buying a hairstyle or bridal makeup or a spray tan. They're buying you
Right.
and your brain. And so in order to want to buy your brain, they need to build that rapport first. So that's why for education, training, coaching, courses, etc., I would 100% send people to a free piece of content, whether that's a download, a freebie, a checklist, a webinar. I do webinars a lot.
Yeah.
And then from there, using email marketing, then nurture those people and then they'll buy from you.
Love it. Do you get good results out of your webinars?
Yeah, it's not converting like it used to be honest, and I'm
Okay.
still trying to figure out like how to do that, how what that new kind of funnel looks like. But yeah, most of my sales of my course, the Ad Lab, come from a webinar, and most of those webinar attendees come from my Facebook ads.
Interesting. Yeah, I
Mhm.
feel like webinars, I don't see them as much. Honestly, up until like last year, I feel like they were very popular and people had really good results with it. So I am interested to see what the next step is for something like a webinar. But
Mhm.
recently I've just done like free videos and downloadable PDFs, and that's worked really well too. So if anyone's ever struggled with webinars, maybe switching gears to something like that.
Yeah, maybe I need
Mm,
to do that myself.
yeah. Okay, so what's the easiest starting point for a person who's never run an ad? Like where does someone start even?
Well, don't start by going on your computer and trying to set up an ad,
Okay.
because that's just going to overwhelm you like crazy.
Okay.
So, the first thing that you need to do before you touch anything in the ads manager or try to set up an ad, just like, oh, I just want to play around with it, like, don't do that. You're going to get overwhelmed. So, first thing is figure out what you're advertising.
Mm.
Let's take a bridal makeup. Do you work more with makeup artists or estheticians or hairstylists?
Well, I mean, I have them all under blush
Mhm.
because I've got 50 team members, but we'll stick with bridal just for the sake of it being easy for our conversation.
Yeah, bridal makeup artist, should we do? Or
So I would say bridal hair and makeup. Can we do both? Or
yeah,
would
you
you
can do
say
both for
okay,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, so I have students who do that and they mix, maybe even the skincare. They'll mix like the skincare plus the hair plus the makeup. But let's do makeup and hair together. Let's put together a package for we're recording this in December. So let's put together a package for like a winter bridal session. And you could put together a package. I have students that do like different levels of package. They'll do like a bronze, a silver, a gold, or a platinum, or whatever. And you'll put together something very specific just for this ad campaign. And sometimes that takes some creativity. So that could mean putting together the hair and the makeup plus some upgrades. Those upgrades could be, I
mm,
don't know, they could be lashes. If you do some skincare, you could do like a mini facial session. You could put together like a little gift bag for your brides with some products for their big day. You could do some education teaching them how to do their own makeup for their honeymoon, for example.
oh, that's a great idea.
You could, I'm trying to think of some extras, just anything extra that you can add on. You can add on a bunch of little things
Yes,
and package it into this whole thing that could include the trial or maybe two trials plus the big day and put a special price on it. And by putting a special price on it, that doesn't mean that you discount, like you're like, oh, I got to put a 25% discount on it. No, usually what I recommend is you start out with your basic package with your basic services in it, and then you add on those extras, those freebies, those add ons that don't take too much time or money, but they
yes,
really do make a big difference. Another thing
yeah.
that you could do is like vouchers or gift cards
Mm.
for your bride to give to her bridal party so that,
Mm.
she's giving away something, but it's also nice because it could refer clients to you as well.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So put those all together, all those little freebies, add ons, gifts, that kind of thing that add extra value. Put a value on that. And you could say, like, if you book this package for my winter bridal glow or whatever you want to say. We were talking about ChatGPT. I like to use ChatGPT to come up with name ideas for the
Same.
packages because I'm not great with naming.
Yeah, it's
But
great for
yeah,
brainstorming.
give it a cute little name. Use ChatGPT to come up with ideas. Just tell it like I've got this package for brides, and this is everything that's included. I want it to refer to winter or snow. I had one of my students that called it like the snow and sleigh package or something like that, but
Oh,
sleigh was like
Slay was like,
SLAY or something like
I
that.
love that.
So there's some cute things that you can do.
Yeah,
Give it a limited time so that people feel this like urgency. And you could even say, I'm only accepting 10 brides for this package
yeah.
for this winter season. So put some urgency, some scarcity. That's the first step is like figure out exactly what your package is.
And then from there, what do we do?
Yeah. So once you know what your package is, from there, then you have to create your ad. But again, don't go into the ads manager and just try to create it. How I teach my students is just go in there and write your captions. And I like to test multiple captions, two or three captions. Don't just stop at one because in the ads manager, you can set up, it's called dynamic creative. They have a new name for it now, but essentially it is you give a bunch of different captions and videos and headlines to Meta ads and it kind of mixes and matches them and sees which one converts
Mm,
best. So that's why we like to test multiple ads because you honestly never know which one is going to be the one that really blows up. But the more stuff you give it, the better it is. And your captions should all be about this package that you put together.
right.
Your winter bridal package, for example, it's three captions that have three different angles. One angle
Mm,
could be like that you see their vision for this winter wedding, like that you love winter weddings, that they're the best thing ever because da 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 da. So people are like, oh, a makeup artist or a hair artist that like gets my vision and she's
Right.
going to help me put it together like in how I look too. So that could be one of your angles. You could also do the timing thing. So if you're
Mm,
kind of putting together packages for people who haven't booked their hair and makeup yet, that could be one of your angles of like you've got a wedding coming up in like 2 months and you might think that it's impossible to find someone to do your hair and makeup, but I actually have 5 spots available for winter weddings. And I'm actually, one of the top, artists in the area. But I do reserve, you can swing it however you want, but I like
totally.
to do the captions that kind of have different angles at it, looking at it from your perspective of like how you like to do things differently, the perspective of the client of like put yourself in their shoes. What are they feeling right now? They're feeling, maybe if they're planning a wedding, they're feeling a lot of stress. They're feeling like they've looked on so many different websites for so many different bridal makeup artists and hair artists, and they're confused and they just don't know how to pick one. Like put yourselves in their shoes, use the kind of language, and think about where they are in time and space of figuring out, okay, I need to book this.
Yes.
Put
And
yourself
that's
in their shoes, make that come across in your captions.
Yeah, and that's how I know you have a marketing brain, because I think a lot of people don't think that way. Like, I think a lot of
Mm.
people think it's like, save 50% off now only, and that's
Mhm.
not really what marketing is for me anyways. I mean, you're the specialist in this, but I even think about email newsletters. What gets people to open my newsletters is not free product inside. Like sometimes that works, but it's actually like something that'll hit a pain point of them, or something that I know they can relate to. Like, oh yeah, my hair is really dry and staticky right now. Like what is happening? So that's really good. I was actually going to ask you what good ad copy looks like, and you answered it perfectly, because I think that that's I would say the biggest hang up with social media for a lot of professionals is spinning their tires on what to write. And I think that chat GPT is um
Mhm.
is really good for helping us brainstorm captions,
Oh, for sure.
like what I do, and I hope that people can find value in this, is like anytime I get an idea, if I'm at the gym or I'm walking my dog or whatever, I'll put it in my notes in my phone, something like a good leader isn't a pushover but has great boundaries and can still show kindness. Whatever,
Yeah.
it's a thought. And I have a huge laundry list of these ideas in chat in my notes, and then I'll put it into chat and say, "Create some captions for posts or carousels like this." And
Yeah.
that just kinda sparks a little bit of, like, inspiration, I find, and then just don't copy it
Yeah.
word for word, but put your own spin on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love ChatGPT when used right.
Yep.
I know my students struggle with writing their captions a lot.
Yeah.
So, but then I saw that they were all coming in with these ChatGPT generated captions, and I was like, ooh, I don't like that. So I decided, okay, I need to embrace this because ChatGPT can be genius if done
Yes.
right. So I created a tool called Snappy Captions. And what I
Mm.
did is I gave it all my students' captions that have proven to work well. And I also gave it all my captions that have ever done well. And then I gave it's a custom GPT. So essentially I told it to ask you a bunch of questions. Because usually what people do when they write a caption using or an ad using ChatGPT is they write like a tiny little paragraph like I need to, make a caption for this,
Yes.
make it sound good, boom.
Yep.
And then it'll give you it. But
Yep.
actually, Chat Snappy Captions, the tool that I made, it asks you a lot of questions before it
Mm.
writes your caption for you. It really needs to dig into your story, what makes you different, where your clients are at in like how they're thinking about booking this, what your clients' frustrations are. If you've heard of the story brands, it's you really need to dig into what are their frustrations, their aggravations, their fears, their goals, their dreams. And only when digging into that, and you're the only one that really
Wow.
knows that. If you
Yep.
talk to your clients, you should know that. And if you haven't talked to your clients, like talk to them. Next time you have a client come in for the service that you want to advertise, like just ask them, are you okay if I, press record on my phone? It's going to be completely anonymous. I just, I'd love to hear your thoughts about these things and ask them. like, and then
Love that
use
idea.
their words in your ads. So yeah, AI tools can be great, but you need to give them really good information in order for them to give you something good back.
I totally agree. Quick pause because I have to brag on my first business baby, blush artistry. If you know me, you know that blush isn't just work, it is love. And we are talking hair, makeup, skin treatments, private personal training, the full beauty experience inside and out that makes you feel like the main character, whether it's your wedding day, a birthday, or just because you love taking care of yourself. My team, they are absolute pros. They've got the talent, the heart, and the hype to make you feel amazing. That's why Blush is the go-to beauty squad in Western Canada. Can I get an amen? So if you're ready for a little glow up moment, head to blush-artistry.ca or catch us on Instagram at blushartistrymua. All right, let's get back to the show. Quite a few years ago, I had a separate business that kind of just dissolved on its own, but it was a makeup certification program. Incredible
Mhm.
business. It's just that the partnership just didn't work out the best. And one of the things we actually took prior to chat coming out was launch sales course, essentially, right? So we purchased this course for $2,500 and it was how to launch your online course. And the most valuable thing that I got out of that launch calendar and the course that I took was essentially doing exactly like what you said, was
Mhm.
recording conversations with your target audience and asking them these questions, even if it's just like while you're doing their makeup or while you're doing their hair or providing them with a skincare service. What would you say is the biggest thing that you're struggling with your skin right now? Like, where do you usually find your information for your skincare? Do you trust professionals easily or do you usually go to TikTok? Like, those
Mhm.
those are great questions to know. And then just remember, if you only remember 1 out of 5 that you asked, that's okay. That's way more than you would have gotten prior to it. But at least you know what your clients, first of all, their words that they're using, what they're actually looking for. Because
Yes.
in the ideas for like the snow and sleigh or the winter bridal ideas, and this is only because this is my expertise. Winter brides aren't as stressed because it's not the busy season. So
Yeah.
I do find that people are like, "Oh, I've got time. I've got lots of time." And people don't book that far in advance, but really sought after hairstylists and makeup artists do book far in advance. So knowing that language of, and I only know this because I've been doing this for 18 years. But so those kind of things, I love that you said that because we don't ask enough important questions of our clients instead of just like, so where did you meet your fiance? Like we don't, I mean,
Yeah.
great, make those conversations, but also ask them the
It's
juicy ones.
it can be awkward, like, to ask so many questions. So if you feel like, while you're doing their hair or makeup that you don't wanna ask them these questions, that's okay. What you could do is, like, afterwards or beforehand, just be like, "Hey, I'd love to, like, give you a $20 gift card for, my services or my skincare. If I can just, like, do, like, a quick half-hour Zoom call with you, record it,
Love it.
and use that." Like, I record Zoom calls all the time, and then
Yes.
I do feed the transcript into ChatGPT or, I used to use Claude and, use their words and say,
Yes.
like, make me content based on what they actually said. Like,
Yeah.
don't fill in the blanks, use their actual words.
Yeah. So I actually learned this from my podcast producer because she would take our Zoom calls and she would put it into chat in the transcriptions. And so I started doing that with my coaching clients as well for multiple reasons. It gave me, it was way easier to recap our coaching call, first of all. And then I could obviously personalize it. But exactly that reason, it gave me months worth of content because almost every single one of my coaching clients has the same problem that we're trying to solve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's very insightful, Stephanie. What time is it there right now? It's late, right?
It's 5:39 p.m.
Okay, so it's not okay because it's 9:39. Although it doesn't look like it because it's Canada. It looks like
Yeah,
it's
well, it's very gray and gross here too, so
yeah.
don't worry.
Okay, I would love if you could share some common mistakes that us beauty professionals make when we're creating an ad.
Yeah.
Like top 3.
Um, yeah, so I would say the offer is like the foundation. If there's no good offer and something that, like, truly excites people,
Mm,
they're not gonna buy
yeah.
it. And I really wanna dig into this more in my content and what I teach because I think we just have this idea of, like, oh, well, of course they want what I'm offering. Like,
Yes.
everybody wants, like, lash
Yes.
extensions, or
Yeah.
everybody wants, like, a hairstyle, or, an updo, or everybody wants nails done for their wedding. But, like, I'm just going to give an example. I did my Black Friday days of deals. So I did 5 deals over 5 days. And all those deals were made by me. So
Yep.
I'm the common denominator.
Yep.
And you would think, like, well, if Stephanie's good at marketing and sales, then like all 5 of those deals should sell well. No,
Mm.
there was one that barely sold at all. And there was
Oh,
one that sold a ton. And
wow.
it really made me reflect of like, people are off, like I'm marketing them in the exact same way. Like the
Yep.
emails are very similar. It's the offer. It comes down to the offer. Like you
Yeah.
need something really, really good.
Mhm.
Um,
And what people need. What people need.
what people need right now.
Yeah.
And so definitely having a special offer. Like I see a lot of people do ads where they're not really advertising anything. They're like doing a brand awareness ad, and those typically don't convert very well
Right.
because you're essentially putting yourself out there as like, hey, I'm a hairstylist. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll follow you. But like when you have a really good offer, people are like, like that's something I need right now,
Mm.
and only available till February 28th. She's only offering 4 of them. Like, oh my gosh, I need to get in on this. So take some time to really consider what has been selling well for you recently. That's a really good indicator, like
Okay.
what people are booking right now, or what people have booked historically this time of year in your business last year, for example. What clients keep asking you about, like, hey, do you offer hydrofacials? Like, I really
Mm.
want to get a glow for my wedding. Like, if
Mm.
people keep asking you for something over and over again, like, it's trending. And I know we don't just want to all jump on the bandwagon of what's
Sure.
trending, but it matters.
Yep.
If you can find a way to like even put a little bit of something that's trending into your package as like
Mm.
one of the bonuses or upgrades, like try it. Something that you enjoy doing, of course, matters. Like you
Mm.
don't want to be stuck. You might like the idea ahead of time, but then once people actually start booking and you're like, ooh, I signed myself up for something that I actually don't really want to do.
Yeah.
So make your offer something that you really want to do and something that is just going to blow their socks off. Sometimes you just don't know. Like for my 5 days of deal for Black Friday, I was just testing things, like kind of throwing spaghetti at the
Totally.
wall. But I figured out what worked and what didn't, and now I know what to double down on in the future.
Yeah.
So the first one is a special offer for sure.
Okay.
Make it have some really good bonuses, upgrades, all of that. Most people don't do that. The second one would be testing multiple ads. Like
Okay.
most people just like throw up a boosted post, be like, "Oh, this got good engagement. I'll see what happens. Why not just put $50 into it and see what happens?" If you're going to do something, you go all into it. You don't just throw together a quick caption with ChatGPT and hope that it works. The effort that you put into it will pay out by
Right.
having really thoughtful captions and multiple captions. So 3 captions, 3 headlines, 3 videos. So that would be like my second thing that people don't do is they just kind of throw something together instead of testing multiple different ads for the same offer.
Okay.
And then the third one, I think a big mistake that people make is they think, oh, well, this is an ad. It has to look like an ad. And so they'll go into
Mm.
Canva and they'll make like a flyer or a graphic that looks kind of cute.
Oh, good
But
point.
actually, for that, we don't want it to look like an ad. We want it to look like a native content. So we want, and the best type of content these days are often videos and reels. So I teach my students to make an ad video that looks like a reel. Um,
Okay.
yeah, we do a content shoot day where we get a bunch of content done just in a few hours. Lots of B roll, lots of really great clips of their clients, great clips of them. If you feel like you're able to get on video, I know not everyone does, some people are shy, and that's okay. You can insert yourself into the ad in other ways. Get all those clips on your phone and then use Instagram Reels to edit that. Make quick cuts, like just make each clip go on for like 3 to 5 seconds, like keep
Mm.
it going, keep it fast, especially the first 10 seconds look really good because those are going to be what hooks people, the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Put some text on top of it, say where you're located. You guys are in Edmonton, right?
Shore Park, but Edmonton, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the winter brides in Edmonton,
Mhm.
you could just have that a little piece of text that just stays on your video through the whole thing, like a 30-second video. And so people know, oh, she's in Edmonton. Like she's not in Calgary or she's not out in BC.
Mm,
So yeah, the video is really important too. And it doesn't need to be professionally done. Like it can totally be done with your phone, but we want those videos to look good.
yeah.
So be really intentional about creating, doing either reuse content that you already have on your phone, which is fine. But if you don't have it, do a content shoot day, like a batching day, get all that done. And then you can use those clips to make multiple videos. Again, we're testing out 2 or 3 different videos too. Especially the first 10 seconds are the most important thing to test.
Okay.
Whether that is just start out the video really, really close up while you like eyeliner or something that's like really visually stimulating to
Yeah.
your brain of what are they doing? Or first 10 seconds could be you laying out your tools for anyone who like loves organized stuff.
Right.
Or first 10 seconds could be like transition of like a bride, just like super easy transition, like cover your face, cover your hand with the camera, and then you see the bride in the second half. That kind of thing. Test out different videos and make them look like Instagram reels.
Okay. This has prompted so many questions of mine. Can we do like a rapid fire round?
For sure.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So you kind of covered it, but I just want to clarify photos or videos?
Videos.
Okay. We haven't talked about this. What's your budget sweet spot?
$10 a day, probably.
Okay. I don't know why I'm writing this down. This is all recorded. It's just the way my brain processes
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I can I know this. What's the best platform right now? Or does that depend on your industry?
I mean, Facebook and Instagram both work well. So when you set your
Okay.
ads up in the ads manager, it goes to both of them.
Okay.
And they both work well for different types of clients. Instagram skews a little bit younger, but Facebook still does really well.
Okay. So you kind of covered this, but boosting, is that like a hard no or it's okay? Or don't waste your
It's
time?
okay. I actually have a little program called Boosted Bliss, and I teach people how to get a few
Okay.
clients from a boosted post. It's simple, it's easy. It doesn't tend to work as well as a full on ad campaign.
Mm.
But if you take the elements that I'm teaching you today and you use it in your boosted posts, they'll probably work too.
Oh, I love that. This might be a little bit hard to answer. These are questions I came up with before our episode. What's one beauty service that converts like crazy? Do you have one?
Yes. What is working really, really well for so many of my students is facial massage.
Oh my god, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah. Yes. Like a buccal massage,
Yeah.
gel straw facial, like people love it. So you could
Okay.
even integrate that into your bridal services too, of
Totally.
like a mid day. That could be one of your packages of like,
Yeah.
in between your trial and your big day, like come in for an extra appointment and we'll do all of this stuff to make your skin glow.
Oh. Oh, these honestly, this podcast is so selfish sometimes because all it just spews all of these ideas for my own business. I hope our listeners get the same thing. My last one, what's the worst advice you've heard about ads before?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, let me think about that.
Take your time.
I would say the idea that like you need a big funnel, like a big sales funnel. I had someone
Okay.
recently just yesterday asking me that through email. They were like, "In your course, do you teach us how to use landing page software and email marketing?" And
Mm.
I love email marketing. I
Yes.
told you at the beginning, I love
Yeah.
it. If I weren't teaching ads, I'd be teaching email marketing. But you don't need a website and a landing page and a funnel and emails in order to make ads work. Like I teach my students to do it through Messenger, like to book
Yeah.
appointments through Messenger. And you can even follow up with leads through Messenger. Like
Yeah.
you've got a big list of like 50 or 100 people who've said that they're interested and you can keep following up with them. So, you can do that. Once you've booked people through your ads and they've come in for an appointment, that's where you want to use email marketing to
Yes.
retain them. Because I have had students, and I'm sorry to say this, but I've had students that booked like more than 100 clients through their ads, and it was like a huge win. I was like, "You're
Wow.
amazing! Like, yeah, you're just the best." Like, it's a great success story for me, and it's also a great confidence boost for them. Of like, wow, my business is busy. Like, I have a wait list. But then This student, 6 months later, she was like, "Hey, I don't have any more clients. I need to
Oh,
run ads again." And I was like, "Wait, what happened? You booked 100 clients a few months ago. Where are these people? I thought that would have been enough for you." She's like, "Yeah, well, they didn't come back." I
oh,
was like, "Oh, there's a lot that goes into that." We could unpack that, but it goes into
sure.
the guest experience. It goes into
Yes,
your, how you treat them. It goes into the whole thing. But, if she had used email marketing too, that's part of the guest experience of following up. Like, don't love them and leave them.
100%. Yeah, that nurture sequence. I've been doing a lot of research on that. Instilled it in our bridal business, and it's done wonders. So if you're ever curious about it, you can ask Stephanie or I about it. It's
Sorry,
very.
that was supposed to be rapid fire. I kind of went off on a
Oh, that's
tangent.
okay. I don't care. There's no rules here, girlfriend. No rules. Stephanie, this was so freaking valuable. And I mean, I don't know if you know this, but when you did a collaboration with Jody a couple years ago,
Mhm.
or was it a year and a anyways, I took that at that course quickly.
Yes, the one about email.
Yes, and, it was so valuable, so anyone listening, I'd love to hear what your offers are right now and what your students what you'd love for your students to sign up for.
Yeah, so I have a program called the Ad Lab, and this is not just like a standard course where you go in through it by yourself and you're just kind of left figuring out how to actually implement everything. We give you a ton of support.
Mm,
So we are there with our students every single day, helping them with their ads. We do group coaching every single week where we
that's
walk through,
awesome.
we troubleshoot, we help them get their ads performing, all this stuff. We go through in the ad lab everything from creating your offer to understanding your clients to writing captions to creating videos. We've got video shoot tutorials. We've got tons and tons of templates. We have Snappy Captions, which is the AI tool to help you write captions that actually sound like you and actually resonate with people. And I do something pretty cool with some of my students too. This is a bonus that I do. I love doing this. It's called the Uncover Your Magic Clarity Call. And I actually get
Oh,
on a 20-minute Zoom call with my new students and just ask them a ton of questions like, why did you get into this industry? What is it you love about your job? How do you want to differentiate yourself from other hairstylists out there? And I just ask them a ton of questions and I come back with to them with full like debriefing notes on like, okay, here's how you can talk in your ads about
mm,
why you're special and how you're special and what kind of clients you want because we have a hard time really identifying what's unique about us from the inside because we're so
yes.
close to it. So that's why I like doing it because I give them an outside perspective of like, okay, here's how you can talk about what you do in your ads. So that's a bonus that I give to some of my students, but just to show you like how kind of high touch it is as a program.
I love that. I think that I'm so glad that it's not just a regular online course that you just kind of go through the modules and because
Mhm.
I feel like we need more of that, especially as creatives. If you're in the beauty industry, chances are really good that you're a creative of some sort. And I think
Mhm.
we like engagement and we like the personal touch. So I'm very glad that you offer your students that. It's so valuable. Stephanie, you're
Thank
doing
you.
God's work out there for marketing.
Thank you.
It's yeah, it's incredible. I'm blessed to know you.
You too, Heather. Like, I think you're doing so many cool things with your business. And before you were saying, well, you're the marketing expert. I don't know. But you know what? To build the kind of business that you've built, you've got to be pretty good at marketing
Oh,
too. Like
thanks.
sales and marketing, like you can't be an entrepreneur without it. Like you
Yeah.
figured it out for your people too.
Yeah, I love figuring people out, and like you talked
Mhm.
about, what makes people do the things they do. So why are you choosing this? Why are you behaving this way? Whether it's, like, positive or negative, and I think that, it's just something that fascinates me. So, I that shows up in my business, thankfully, as a positive.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's great. Okay, so where can our listeners find you if they're looking for you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Stephanie Mitchell Marketing. I'm also on YouTube, on Facebook, on Pinterest, all the different places. If you want to check out the Ad Lab, it's joinadlab.com. All the
Okay.
details are there about everything that's included. It's a pretty well priced program. It's $647
Oh, wow.
US, and my students have had amazing, amazing results with their ads once they have someone to walk them through it. So I
Yeah.
think I think it's a great price for what you're getting, all the support that you get. And really, the true gift is like knowing that ads can work for your business, like giving you that spark of inspiration if you feel like you're stuck or slow, or things just aren't the same as they used to be, or you're just starting out. Like, ads can be the thing that just sparks a huge change in your business. And I
Yeah.
hope that this podcast has shown people that like they can do really great things.
Yeah, I mean, they can do really great things. Everyone can. The possibilities are endless. Also, 647 US dollars, your return on investment, depending on what your profit margins are. I mean, that's a drop in the bucket if you booked 100 clients from
Mm-hmm.
one ad campaign. So I think that, it's certainly not a little bit of money, but it's not $10,000. So,
Yeah.
that's something to consider as well. I mean, that's what I always think about is like money in, money out. And that's a great return on investment.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie, this has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
at
you,
6 o'clock
Heather.
your time in Italy.
Yeah,
Um,
such a
for
pleasure chatting with you.
Oh, it was wonderful. Everyone, that's listening, all of, Stephanie's links and Instagram and websites and everything will be in our show notes, so you don't have to go searching for it. It's a clickable link in the show notes on wherever you're listening to your podcast. I make it as easy as possible, or my team does anyways. And yeah, it was so nice to have you, and I look forward to chatting with you more.
You too. Thanks, Heather.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Expansion Code Bridal Edition, your VIP access to a booked out, balanced, and thriving bridal business. If you loved today's episode, hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow beauty pro. For more tips and behind the scenes magic, hang out with me on Instagram at IamHeatherDick or visit theexpansioncode.ca. Until next time, keep slaying those styles, leading with confidence, and remember, every detail counts, and so do you. Another little disclaimer, while I love sharing advice and business wisdom, I am not your lawyer, I'm not your accountant, and I'm not your fairy godmother. If you do want to be best friends, though, you can hit me up. Everything on this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only, so no lawsuits, okay?